very good evening and welcome to Action Indoor Sports at Whitchurch for Championship Boxing here on Made in Bristol TV. Tonight, Danny Butler defends his English Middleweight title in the ring behind us. And we've got exclusive coverage of the big fight. With me, my co-commentator, Craig Turner. No relation. Craig, you know Danny Butler very well. Big night for him.
Very big night for Bristol as well. Big time championship boxing back here at Whitchurch and defending a major professional title. Good times.
A lot of pressure on Danny. It's the third defence of that title, so we're going to see how he gets on. Let's start with all the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. First introducing to the ring, the challenger from Doncaster in Yorkshire, Jason Ball.
So the challenger for Danny Butler's English title is Jason Ball from Doncaster, making his way into the ring now. He's got 8 wins on his record, 5 knockouts, but he has lost 17. He's drawn just 1, but he'll still be a tough competitor for the Bristol boxer. And the applause goes up for Danny Butler, making his way into the ring now. Last time out, he beat Martin Conception in Bath in the second defence of that title. Prior to that, he'd beaten Cello Render in Peterborough. Very, very proud of the English title is Danny Butler. Proud record also, 23 wins, 8 knockouts, 5 losses. One of those was to Darren Barker, who went on, of course, not only to win the British middleweight title, but also to fight for the world title. Now retired, which obviously leaves a bit of a void at the top of the middleweight rankings. Slightly more understated entrance to the ring for Danny Butler than in the early part of his career, but he has matured a lot. Just taking a look at his opponent Jason Ball across the ring. Very shortly we'll be under action with his championship boxing here on Made in Bristol TV.
He's a former Central Area middleweight champion, the former British Masters welterweight champion, and the former International Masters silver middleweight champion, taking part in his 27th professional fight tonight. From Doncaster, let's hear for Jason Ball.
So Jason Ball, the challenger. So there we are, the big home welcome for Danny Butler, Danny Boy Butler. 10 3-minute rounds and the two boxers get their instructions. Big night for Danny Butler this, Craig.
Absolutely huge. First defence of the title in front of his own people. Absolute magic atmosphere. It takes you back to the days of Glenn Catley, our super middleweight champion of the world. You know, big time boxing is very much back, and it's made in Bristol.
It certainly is. On Made in Bristol TV, here we go. Championship boxing then. Danny Butler, the champion, against Jason Ball, the challenger. And both guys will be hoping for a fast start, as will Butler, of course, having beaten Martin Conception in fine style with a stoppage in his last time out in Bath. So Martin Conception, no mean contender at all. And Danny Butler making a bit of a statement. Danny, of course, has been in with the likes of Darren Barker for the British title. Very controversial decision to put him in for that, but nonetheless he fought against somebody who went on to fight for world title honours. So Danny Butler knows what it's like to step into a big time ring. He lost on that occasion, but he's got the English title now, and he's determined to hold on to it. And he beat Cello Render up in Peterborough, and I know Glenn Catley agrees as well that, you know, fighting away from home as a champion is so difficult. So Danny now back at home, and that's great for him, Craig, isn't it?
The home advantage is absolutely huge, and why not? These kids, you know, he's a champion, people come to him to take the title, you don't go to them, and that's why you know, the place is full this evening. Great support, and absolutely superb for sport in Bristol. Yeah,
no, Andy O'Kane, we were talking to him on subs bench the other night, and there we are. Butler is steaming in now in this first round and getting ball up against the red corner, and that's very encouraging from Danny Butler. And I must say that Jason Ball does give a striking resemblance to David Hay.
Isn't it? Looky likey. That's his great stunt double. That was a great right hand from Danny Butler over the top. Jason Ball's defence is a little bit loose there. He's been in with some good guys, very good guys. Kelvin Young from Swindon.
Yeah.
Chris Eubank Jr., Joey Selkirk. So the guy's been around. He's a good opponent. But Danny just outmuscling him a little bit too sharp. And the quality is shining through for Danny.
He's an opponent who, on paper, you know, Danny Butler should win, and obviously you try and pick an opponent who's going to produce a decent fight, and you pick one that you hope is not going to beat your boy, and that's probably why they've selected Jason Ball. Of course, you're nominated for these contests, you have to defend, but Danny Butler looking to make it third successful defence of the title, and made a good start here so far, although now Jason Ball has got his senses back and is boxing again, having got into that early little bit of trouble, but another good attack by Butler. His father Ronnie normally in attendance and giving... Oh, there he is, yes. I was going to say he's normally ringside. I couldn't see him. He was right ringside, and he's now gone and sat back down. But there is Danny Butler, the champion. How did that first round go, do you think, Craig?
Couldn't have gone better. Nice, fast, brisk start, and took Ball out of his comfort zone from the word go. Superb right hand over the low left lead from Ball. I think Andy O'Kane would be very happy with his charge. Nice to see, since Danny's changed camps, they've got Danny more upright. It used to be the head was very far forward and there to be hit. But now, defensively, he's given himself room, he's stood back, he's got space, and my God, he's beginning to hit hard as a result.
And talking to him at the gym earlier in the week, you know, he has grown up actually. He looks a lot more mature now, doesn't he? He's lost the baby face, and he looks like a 26-year-old who's a tough nut.
That's right. Well, he was very young to be in the position he was in, you know, and it was almost like a rabbit caught in the headlights when he went in with Darren Barker. As you quite rightly said, controversial to say the least, that match. But it is what it is, and it stood Danny in good stead for later life. Yeah,
and he's just put in a good right hand there, which caught Ball, but he's treating him with the utmost respect. Is the Bristol boy. His ring entrance was a little more understated than it has been when he was slightly younger, maybe just again maturing a little bit, thinking, well, it's all very well having the glamour and the glitz, let's just get the job done.
That's right. Well, he's got the best of sparring at Paddy John's, Joe Hughes. Congratulations to Joe, 10th round stoppage tonight as well for
yeah, he's won in London, isn't he?
For the area title. That's right, at the O2. And you know, that sort of sparring would settle him down. He's no stranger to pressure, he's no stranger to good professionals, and he's matured.
So Danny Butler then, the champion, and the challenger, Jason Ball, caught by a good right hand by Butler, and again stepping up the pressure. So Butler on the attack, trying to dominate the contest. Just show Ball who is the boss. Ball from Doncaster, come a long way to be here tonight, of course, but he's got a, you know, if he were to cause an upset, it would make his career, wouldn't it? Really, to, you know, he could almost retire on the fact that he won the English title off Danny Butler. So let's hope, from a Bristol point of view, that doesn't happen tonight.
Oh, fingers crossed. It's looking highly unlikely at the moment. Danny Butler, number 5 British middleweight. Billy Joe Saunders, obviously champion. He's got one or two things on his mind at the moment. But we've got a proud West Country tradition amongst the middleweights. Plymouth Scott Dan, British champion. Glenn Catley, of course, won the championship at middleweight. And doubtless Danny Butler's got more than a fair shout at it as well.
Yeah, so Butler exchanging blows, centre ring with Jason Ball. All of the crowd here at Action Indoor Sports at Whitchurch will be willing him on and gave him a good reception, and now they're hoping he'll turn that into a good performance in front of them. And the signs are looking good so far, that's for sure. Butler again just trying to close down the ring and not give Ball any room to manoeuvre or to escape. So it's very relaxed performance at the moment from Butler. And there's the bell to end the round, and again good applause from the supporters. Nothing to get overexcited about, but 2 rounds in the bank, you would think, for Danny Butler in the defence of this title.
That's right. Boxing well with himself. Again, we're talking about the maturity. Danny sort of used to go in, throw anything, you know, you chuck enough mud at the wall, something sticks. Not anymore. Some nice boxing, defensive boxing, in and away, picking his shots. Very calm and collected in the corner. You can see there, listening to Andy O'Kane. Great shot there, Nige, looking in at the corner.
Yeah, great camera work here.
That's right. And I would suspect something pretty dramatic, round 3 or 4.
That's your prediction, yeah?
I think so.
Well, 3's about to come up, so let's wait and see if you're right. Here on Made in Bristol TV, championship boxing from Whitchurch. Local sport being properly covered. We hope you agree. A Bristol champion defending his title in Bristol. What could be better than that? And here we are, round number 3 in the ring in Whitchurch. Danny Butler against Jason Ball. Butler's record, I don't think we've run through that. 23 wins, 8 by way of knockout, 5 losses. One of those, that loss to Darren Barker when he was out of his class. I was going to say out of his depth. That's a little unfair on Danny. Extremely brave and game to get in there, and obviously a big payday as well. But sort of was a watershed in his career. Had to sort of regroup after that, and now you can see how well he has regrouped because he's taking it to his opponent. Ball looking just a little wary. He knows that Butler has the armoury to hurt him. And the big difference from Danny Butler is, well, he tells me, you know, he's got his man strength. Craig, you'd understand that perhaps better than anyone as a boxing coach. And there's another good, contained, consistent assault from Butler, putting a combination of punches together. Another good little 1-2, finds the target. But yeah, he's got a lot of strength now. When he was younger, you didn't see him knocking out opponents because you didn't think he had the physique to do it. But now he looks, well, he's much bigger all round, isn't
That's right. It's a combination of things. The change camp now, Danny's got the space. He's more upright. He's got the space to get distance, so he can build acceleration into the shot and hit the guy right on the end of the shot. Whereas previously, he was crouched over and he'd fall in on his work. Couple that with the fact that, you know, he's grown up. And what you've got now is a very strong, fast, difficult to read puncher. And everything at the moment would indicate a British champion.
Well, Well, let's hope this can happen. Oh, actually, Danny just getting a little off balance there and was clipped by Ball as he retreated. Just doesn't want to go too gung-ho at the moment. He's very relaxed. There's a great shot. Great right hand by Butler, and he's got him in trouble against the ropes. Now will he step in and try and finish it? Oh, there's another great right hand. Right on the point of the chin, and he's in all sorts of trouble now as the challenger. As Butler steams in, the referee will be looking at this quite closely, I think, now. The crowd on their feet and roaring him on. Just survived it for the moment.
Danny's just got to pick him now. He's got to pick it. That's enough.
There we are. That's it. He's done it. Danny Butler wins in Bristol and defends his title. Clinical finish from the Bristol boxer, and there he is, greeting his fans. What a great finish that was by Danny Butler. He had the experience to step in, not get too wild, and just finished it off perfectly.
Settled back, picked its shots, speed, accuracy, nothing wasted, and that's a credible opponent as well. That wasn't a guy to make the numbers up. That's a good professional fighter just there. Amazing scenes at ringside here in Bristol. They've really got behind their own guy, and much bigger things to come from Danny Butler, Nigel.
Yeah, and we'll be having a talk with him in just a moment, but listen to the applause he's getting from the Whitchurch fans. Danny Butler retains his English middleweight title in fine style.
Word of praise there as well, Nigel, for the referee. Absolutely the right thing. Ball earned his money, pointless pursuing that, and great care, welfare and protection of the boxers there.
Well, we'll wait for the result to be declared. I'm going to head downstairs and see if we can talk to the champion. There's Jason Ball, looking somewhat resigned to his defeat, but he's got nothing to be ashamed of. Danny Butler with a great effort, and he's retained the title. So well done, Danny Butler, and we'll see him presented with a belt in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 31 seconds of round 3, referee Mark Alexander has been there in ball position to continue. Runner and still English is the student in charge, Mr. Richard. Once again, your champion and skilled English middleweight partners, Danny Butler.
Danny Butler, English middleweight champion, yet again, third successful defence. You must be so pleased.
Oh, I'm over the moon, especially to do the job in front of everyone from Bristol, my friends and family. Means a lot to me.
And you put in a lot of effort. You've said to me, in the gym that, Andy O'Kane, who's alongside you, very shy man, doesn't like appearing on camera, but he's done such a job for you.
He's done great for me. The best thing I've ever done was went to Andy O'Kane, and I owe credit to him really. I put in hard work, but he told me what to do. And every fight I'm training like the challenger. I was very wary of Jason Ball. I knew it's his big shot, so I thought I've got to be training and in that fight like I'm the challenger, and I was going to work harder than I ever have. And I've trained like a demon. I put everything into my training sessions, not cut one corner, and this all paid off. I made a bit too much hard work of it really. I got a bit carried away at times, but I've done the job. So obviously we go back to back to the gym next week, maybe have a couple of days off back in the gym, and we'll work on what we could have done better and hopefully better that performance.
You're being a bit self-critical. I thought you looked quite composed there. You took the opportunity, you got him in trouble, you took your time, you didn't go gung-ho, and you just sort of finished him off.
Yeah, I did take my time in that way of things, but I feel like I got caught with silly shots, like a few silly jabs, and nothing that worried me, but I shouldn't have got caught with it. Do you know what I mean? So like I said, you're your worst critic. At the moment you stop doing that, then obviously I won't be in the sport. But always looking to improve and what I could have done better to perform better. But not bad. I'm happy with that.
I think we should get the shy guy in. I know he doesn't want to take the limelight away from you, Dan, but come in here, and you must be delighted for Danny, because that was such a mature performance, wasn't it?
Absolutely delighted. Coming into this fight, I was looking at Jason Ball as a guy that had nothing to lose. He's been in with some really tough guys over his career, and he's never one to not put up a fight. I really did think this was going to motivate him to bring everything he had. So we trained that way. Danny's very easy to train, does what he's told every time. But for me to finish the fight like that, that's made a bit of a statement. Not too many people do that to Jason Ball. He's a tough guy, a true warrior of the sport. I couldn't be happier at the minute. I couldn't be more proud of him. I think the next thing for us now is to consider whether or not we're going to defend the English again, or maybe vacate and move on to some sort of international belt and try and move up. One thing I would say to all those other middleweights in the country that are talking about British title shots and that, don't forget this kid. You overlook this kid, you're making a mistake. Underestimate him, that's what happens tonight. I really do think this kid will end up with a British belt. Well, they might not have been watching Made in Bristol TV elsewhere in the country, but I'm sure this tape will get there somehow. And if they're missing out on Made in Bristol TV, that's their loss. Move to Bristol, exactly. Danny, so you know, your home fans here on the local TV station as well. So you know, you made your mark again. You've shown that Bristol can lead the way. Yeah, Bristol's a great city, and thank you for covering the fight and putting coverage out there. Great TV channel has just started, so I'll be looking forward to watching that next week. And like you said, Bristol's doing really well. It's booming. What a night tonight is, and thank you to everyone that's been out here and supported me and the lads and supported the other fights. Great, thank you very much. Well done, Danny Butler, English Middleweight champion. Thank you very much. Cheers, nice. Thank you.